We are starting the foundation for the shipping container house. 3 40-footers with 9-foot ceilings. Red line is outside of the foundation. It's going to have a beautiful view. We are ready for our first concrete pour. We're going to pour the footers for the stem walls and some of the stem walls at the same time. Harley's over here in the pit. Going to have a mechanical room in this bottom corner. An 8x16 poured concrete room. We'll do 3 separate pours. First one's going to be the big one. We are at the shipping container house we're building. Got our foundation 100%. Got our vapor barrier down inside. Got all of our dirt piles moved. We've been cutting holes in shipping containers. We made pockets in the foundation so these corner lift points have a spot to sit down in. This will be the entry door to the house. You walk in, you'll have like a mud room. There'll be another one sitting right to the left of this one with this same opening. And this big opening gives you a 16 by 28 living room. And then the container beside of us will slide up to this one. And this will be a doorway to a bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen. And these doorways will line up when they're slid up side by side. And out here is our third container. The one that sits parallel to the one we were just in. We got all of our cutouts made for all of our windows. We've chopped these things up quite a bit just for all the windows and doors and just to make everything work. It's been a lot of work, a lot of time. Good morning, everybody. We got shipping containers moving today. We'll be setting them on our foundation. We got David Bowman and his crew out here helping us. Hopefully everything goes smooth. Monday morning strikes again. Flat tire. We got it pulled. Getting ready to break it down. David's gone to get an inner tube. Get this thing remounted. Start moving some shipping containers. And we're back at it again, y'all. Made some homemade pallet fork extensions. We had 2 front tires blow calcium and eat the valve stems out. Got those fixed. Getting ready to start moving some shipping containers. Got Dave in the lift. Going good so far. Got the first container on its way to its new home. Everything's been going great this morning so far. Slow and easy. We had all the containers sitting on the same side of the foundation. So this one we set it over as far as we could. He's driving around to pick it from the other side. And we have to slide it forward 10 feet as well. The end of the container goes right to the end of the concrete.
What do you say?
You're looking good. I'd say turn and get your machine over the hill. I mean, that is filled, but it's been filled for a month.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to get this one situated where it goes. Damn, what a nice morning it's been. Perfect temperature. Container number 2, airborne. I'm glad we got a good driver with us here, folks. That's number 2, almost set in place. Get our blocks out from the end, push them together just a hair. Man, this is going smooth. We got number 3 moving this way. That opening sits right beside that opening. Gives you a 16 by 28 living room. Slow and easy wins the race. Alright, we got all 3 containers set on the foundation. That first one hangs off the end 5 feet, and there's a deck that goes on the end of it, overlooking this beautiful valley we have here. So this is your entrance. We'll have a exposed aggregate concrete pad here. Step in, you have a mud room. You walk into the living room, which is 16 by 28. Around this wall here, you have a guest bedroom. It's 8 by 12. And the mud room is 8 by 12. First doorway is another bedroom, and it's going to be 8 by 14. We'll have a divider wall right here. Next room is your bathroom. It's a 8 by 10, and they have another divider wall going across. And at the end, out here you have is going to be the kitchen. And there's going to be a door right here that goes onto a big 16 by 16 patio. And then in the doors, we're going to cut and put a 4 foot by 3 foot sliding window, because there will be a deck on the other side of it as well, to hand food back and forth from the kitchen to the grill. These double doors come out and we get a patio slider. These double doors come out and we get a glass garage door that opens up, and there'll be a 16 by 16 deck on the other side of this. Finally got these things set. Hope you all enjoy. Just got back to the job. Had to go get this little one from school. It was a pretty long trip, but while I was gone, Jeff's been running the skid steer, putting in this road. We're going to do a driveway right towards David's white truck. Big shout out to David Bowman and R&R Construction for helping us get these containers set. Couldn't have done it without him and his lift. We got Harley over here raking some dirt. Try and get this yard leveled out just a little bit. Morning, everybody. Plan for today, we've got our generator. We're going to start welding in some window frames. Me and Jeff got them cut and welded up last week. We don't have all of them. We have to go get some more steel. But we got part of them ready. But we're going to set us up a walk board on some ladders outside here. Start with this one right here. Alright, we got 3 of our window frames just set in place. Everything worked out good. Frames are good and level. We cut these openings in these containers when they were sticking way out there in the field, and then set them on the foundation. Everything's coming out good and true and level, plumb in every direction. We're gonna get these things welded in, bead a caulk around the outside. Tri-State should be delivering our windows here soon. Get this thing a-rocking. We got this one ready to weld in. We got the old Miller pulled out this morning. Everything come out good and level. Get this one tacked in. Went to cut a 2x4 and stick there in the middle. We welded these outside corners. When we welded it, it pulled our center down just a hair. So we're going to drive a 2x4 in there to get our opening the same all the way across. The shorter windows, the welding didn't pull those down in the center. It was only with the big windows. But it's an easy fix. We're back out here at our shipping container project. We're gonna try to take the tractor this morning. We have to adjust some of these containers. The fronts all need to be moved towards me about 3/4 of an inch just to get everything lined up perfect this morning. That way we can weld on some plates to the containers and bolt them to the foundation. Got Harley in here this morning, welding up that last window frame. Get this old girl going. Looks like somebody left some earplugs there on the front of the pallet forks. They don't have to go very far. Hopefully a good little tug will move them where we need them. You know, Another gorgeous morning out here. Put this baby in four-wheel drive and see how it does. A little too far. Alright, we need to go ahead and move that other one too. That was a little bit too easy. That chain long enough? Let's go over here in the barn and get one. Well, the first one moved very easily. Moved it just a hair too far. You can see it hanging off the corner there a little bit. But Jeff's running to go get another chain so we can get hooked to this other one. I'm gonna pull it over where we need it. Then we'll turn the tractor around and push them back in. Get them lined up perfectly. And this end one over here, it needs to go the same way as the other ones. Just a little bit though. See how this works. Go like 3/4 of an inch. Don't want to pull it all the way up there. No. Lord, it ain't cold. It's coming up. Move? Yeah. I believe I've got my name back through.
about a quarter of an inch.
That worked awesome. See if we can get this end slid up where it needs to be as well.
door. This flush, I want to be touching that other one.
Well, this morning I've been welding in the window frames. The guys have been working on getting the hardware off of these doors. This first one gets a glass garage door. Second one gets a patio door. end of this one, we're going to weld the doors shut, get rid of all the hardware, and a big window gets cut out in the end of this one. And you'll have a huge deck out front here overlooking this valley. And it is gorgeous out here. In our little room we poured underneath, you'll have the kitchen and the bathroom right above this. So this is going to kind of work as our mechanical room. All of our water lines will be down here. We've actually already got our water supply already stubbed in. We got our vents. You know, we have to have some ventilation in this thing, some air movement. So we got our 2 vents there. We'll weld up all the hose that are in the actual containers.
All the hardware comes out of it.
But coming along good. Today we're up here in beautiful Jackson County, Kentucky, working on a shipping container house. Got most of our window frames welded in. Got started on putting our road in. Today we're working on getting the containers welded together. Turned out to be a good little project. Check out the view off this place. And the front's all going to be screened in decks. Going to be gorgeous. You did it then. We left those supports in just while we were moving them. Since we have such a large span cut out, needed some support. Got that ceiling bowed up bad already, Harley.
Yeah, I know it. It'll drop back down though once I
Okay.
just get me a good flood.
Alright.
Go ahead and start getting pretty good pressure on it.
Hey. Jeff. Move that ladder. Move the ladder. This morning we're back over here at our shipping container project. Up here on the roof, trying to weld these containers together. We're just using a flux core wire. Seems like with the solid wire and argon welding outside, the wind blows your gas away from your wire and it doesn't weld very good. Anytime we're welding something outside, we like to use the flux core. Seems like it works better for us. Welding about every 2 feet just to tie these things together. It's coming along very nicely. Hopefully we'll have trusses here soon. Can't get over this view of this place. It's gorgeous out here. But right here's where our decks are going to be. All screened in decks. Patio door. The other one has the glass garage door. Good looking welds. This little welder's been working awesome. I've had it for about 4 years now. Put a lot of wire through this little machine. Really took a lot of pressure to pull these containers together. Had to use a chain fall just so we can try to get our gaps as small as possible. You can see where Harley's up on the roof there welding. Just trying to get everything as tight as we can. Smallest gaps. Got our braces removed from this inside, this big room. Really opened it up, getting rid of our supports. Very neat project. We're back out here at the shipping container project. We'll make some brackets to fasten the containers to our concrete foundation. What we're going to do is just cut some strips of 1/8" plate, take our mag drill, drill some holes in it, and then lag bolt it to the foundation. We're going to start with some drilling. Magnet on this thing is super stout. Over here's some brackets that we made earlier. We just made these out of some scrap steel that we had. That's pretty much what they're going to be after we cut those apart. These will just weld right to the containers. Then we'll lag it to the concrete. We're going to have those in all the corners and then some in the middle. This area here is all getting poured in concrete up to this level. So all this won't be exposed. We just welded this plate up here just to keep the concrete in. And then you have another one there, and so on and so forth around all the perimeter. The rest of them will be going under the containers, because we put them on the outside, you would see them, but in this area, they can be on the outside because they'll be covered up. This morning, Harley got this frame tacked in for the patio door. Really opened this thing up, and we got the frame in for this double window. A lot of windows in this place. Let in a lot of natural sunlight. Got the septic going in next week. Got our driveway put in. Tried to bevel the edges so it could all just mowed. Try to keep from doing any weed eating. Everybody loves weed eating, right? All this dirt was extra. Don't know where we're going to put it yet. I'm sure we'll find a place. We got the yard leveled out. We have to pick out some stones and sticks and back drag it one more time just to get it good and smooth and packed. And she wanted a road so she could drive down here to this basement room, which is going to be a mechanical room / cellar. So all that dirt come out of this, putting this road in. This bank that drops down from the yard down to the road, we're going to cut it on an angle just like we did the driveway. And try to keep it where it all can be mowed with a lawnmower as much as possible. And we've been going around welding in plates. You can see the plate right there on the bottom. Just trying to get it all sealed up. You can see we got the plates in all these holes on this front. The hose in the blocks, the lift points, they don't go all the way through, so we don't have to worry about those. You can see Harley under here. He's getting ready to start welding in those brackets that we're making. We got plates over all the existing hose in the containers. We plated the ends of them too, just to get everything sealed up as much as possible. We have 2 more windows that go on this side, one for the bathroom and one for the kitchen. But she hasn't decided exactly the layout of those 2 rooms. So we're going to wait to cut those out at a later date. But it's coming along good. Get back at it here. back out here at our shipping container project. It's a muddy mess. We're gonna hook up our auger here and get us some hose drilled. Getting ready to start putting the deck on the front of this thing down here. We had to leave for a couple days and go and build a 10 by 30 deck down in Red Lick, but we've made it back now. Up my hoses and latch my pins, please. Getting ready to get some string lines pulled. Stops here at the corner, it's just 3 posts.
But they're fine. I got them about in line.
Your stake has to move at least 2 feet past the building on each end. Simple as that.
I don't know what makes it. You put either one of them on, but then you gotta work it again before that other one goes.
You gotta release the pressure out of the auger.
Yeah.
We're back out here again. Beautiful sunny day. Finally starting to dry up some mud for us. We used our auger for the skid steer. Drilled us some hose for the post. You can see them deep tracks in our road. It's very wet. We used our pallet forks to haul all of our materials down here. That little thing's a lifesaver. Of course, we got our little work truck with us. Putting the deck on this today. 16 by 16. Be screened in. On the end of that container that sticks past the other two, there'll be a small deck. It's an 8 by 6 with no roof over it. She's going to do all of her grilling out there so the smoke can escape. Our trusses that are going on top of these, the trusses will come all the way out to this last corner post here on our deck. Quite a few trusses to set. Our inside roll of posts They're going to work as a retaining wall, hold back our dirt for our foundation and stem walls. That window over there is where they can hand food from the kitchen out to the grill area. Built this deck a little different than we usually do. She wanted to have a drive so she could drive underneath the deck to get to her underground cellar. We're going to put some shelving in there for her for storing food. Got an 8x16 cellar / mechanical room. We're going to extend our retaining wall from the end of these over to the concrete just to box that dirt in completely. And it's going up another 2 boards high as well. Going up quick. We got all of our brackets made and put in place, and all of our plates welded around the bottom to get these things sealed in. Here's one of our brackets. Got one over here. We still got to put the lags into the concrete. And here's a panel we had to put back in. We cut a window out in the wrong place, and that thing was a pain in the butt to get back in there, let me tell you. I don't know if when we cut it out and it fell it got twisted, or when we was hauling it with the tractor the forks hit it. But that thing, that was 6 hours just to get that put back in. 2 of us, as hard as we could go. We welded some rebar on it right there and parked the tractor over here and took a chain fall and had to twist and pull, but it just needs some Bondo now. It's all welded back in. Put a little Bondo over it and be ready to paint. That was a nightmare. Got our window in our mud room here. Still got to put our metal frame in for our entry door. It still hasn't come in. Got all of our windows in for the bedroom that goes here. Once this decking goes down, this will be out here onto the sunroom. See Jeff over there taking him a break. It is going to be a gorgeous view. So this little deck that doesn't have a roof, we haven't got it framed in yet. But we got all of our joists down for our main deck, or our sunroom. Still got to cut them doors out and weld in a frame for a glass garage door. And it gets a patio door there. That's our road that's coming down underneath to get into our storage area below. It's coming along good. Keep you all updated. We're getting this thing ready for trusses today. We finally got our deck framed up. Got our drive leveled back out in our yard. All that rain we had to move materials around out here. It really messed up our roads and our yard. We got our deck framed up completely. Got our retaining wall in there, got it backfilled. We put filter cloth on the back side of the lumber, keep any dirt coming in between the boards. Worked out good for a retaining wall. Turned it, went around the corner as well. Got our drive fixed. She wanted a road so she could drive all the way back here to the cellar / mechanical room. Here we did some all thread. We welded the all thread to the container. We did that in a bunch of locations just to pull our framing tight to the containers. You can see it all the way across the top. And then we tap conned it along the bottom to our poured walls. And then for a little extra support, we welded on a piece of angle iron, drilled some holes, put screws up from the bottom, there and there, just to help support it here. It made a neat look. Looks like the deck and the containers are just kind of floating out in midair there. My little girl was over here the other day, put us in some steps. She started building a little rock wall for us. Then we had to leave. Had Danny and Daniel Johnson out here putting in our septic system. They got it ready to install their tank. They'll come back and dig in for their bleeder lines. There's that all thread I was talking about. We welded in the side there. We did that all the way around just to give it some extra support, especially since that retaining wall is going in below. Normally we'd put decking on this before we put any of our posts up or our little knee wall. Out here, this section is going to be uncovered. This little small portion of deck, so it had pressure treated boards. On the inside here, she wanted to do something different. Don't know if she's going to do sawmill cedar like she has at her other place, or a poplar, or what she has in mind. We just put down a plywood temporary just so we had a work area. We shot all these posts with a transit so we could see where we need to cut them off at. Up here on the top, This is a little different than putting a roof or trusses on a normal house. So we set up our transit to shoot our height, to cut off our post. We've used that thing daily out here. And then to mount our trusses to the roof, we're going to drill hose through the metal and go on the inside and run 1.5 inch lags up from the bottom into the 2x6. We had to notch our 2x6s to fit, 'cause these blocks stick up past the ridges on the roof. But where the ridges don't go all the way to the outside, we ripped down some 3/4 inch plywood and screwed to the bottom of our 2x6. That way it'll set flat. If not, it kept wanting to flip over. That 2x6 will go flush with the outside all the way down, and it'll go right over top our post, and then we'll have a beam underneath the 2x6s so the trusses can sit all the way out through here. A little bit different the way everything goes together. We went on ahead and caulked these seams where the containers are going together. The tops of these things are kind of beveled, so the water is meant to go off both sides. So water was pouring right down on the inside, and we was having to squeegee it out after every rainstorm. So we went on ahead and caulked both of those. Our 2x6s are going to go down both sides. We'll have a run here in the middle, or at each joint we'll have a run of 2x6s as well to mount our trusses to them. On the inside of this one, this is where our living room is, and we've cut the interior walls out of both of these out of both of these shipping containers 28 feet. So it has a little bit of bounce here in the middle, because there's nothing supporting underneath. So when our truss goes across here, we're going to jack this roof up and screw it into our truss to support the top of the containers here. We thought about doing a metal beam or some type of wooden beam, but the trusses will support the roof of the containers, plus give us a roof to mount our metal to. She's going with a very cool pattern of metal. I've never used it before. It's a blue with kind of some white lines in it. It's kind of like an aged metal roofing look. It's going to be neat, something a little bit different. Looks so much better after we got our roads fixed and our yard fixed out here yesterday. Dealing with all the mud, just trying to move materials around. We had some big ruts and hoes, and we got all dressed up. But moving along good. Well, we got this thing ready for trusses today. We want to load up and go do a couple other projects until they come in. But I'll go up top and show you how we put it all together. Got the truck and skid steer loaded up. We got a couple jobs to go do. We haven't got to spend as much time out here as we'd really like to. I'm under contract with a lot of businesses. Mainly what we do is commercial and residential maintenance and remodeling. So whenever they call, we have to take off and do whatever they need done at the time. We got all of our 2x6s mounted to the top of our containers. We got our deck out there with our screened in deck. We got it all framed up so it's ready for trusses as well. The system we used to fasten these 2x6s to the roof worked excellent. Drilled holes in the metal and ran 1.5 inch lags up from the inside into the 2x. And our top band just runs continuous. And then we have a double beam around the top out here to support our trusses. This whole deck, the 16x16, is going to be all screened in. It'll be a free span, no posts in the middle. And out here is where the deck has uncovered for the grill area. It's gonna be a lot of square footage under roof. We're gonna be putting our septic tank in tomorrow is the plan, and all the bleeder lines, and get everything rocked and ready for inspection. Out here where we have our main entrance, we still have to put a metal frame in there for the doorway. We'll have a concrete pad here. We're going to do exposed aggregate. It's like a river rock that you'll be able to see. Something we've never done, but I'm sure we can pull it off. A lot of this is stuff we usually don't do, but it's going up fast for the amount of time we get to spend here. We've been averaging 2 to 4 days a week. We have so many businesses that we do service calls for and under maintenance contracts that it pulls us away from our big jobs a lot, but that's where the money comes from. Plan on getting us a new skid steer this coming summer. We'll have the tractor paid off 100%. But we'll be back about a week and a half. And I'll take a little video when we're setting trusses. Not sure if we're going to use a like a bucket truck. That's how we usually set trusses, or if we're just going to use a skid steer, or try to get David Bowman back over with his lull. But we'll figure out a way. There's a will, there's a way.